Hi, my name is Nate, and I'm here to talk to you today about email. We use it every day, some of us more than others, and in today's society, what was once envisioned to be a great tool is a lot of times a big time suck and more of a hassle sometimes than it's even worth. So today I'm going to talk to you about why email isn't always great, and then I'm going to come up with three specific rules that you can use in order to improve your email behaviors on a day-to-day basis. So to begin with, I would like to start with a quote. I'll get that up here. By Douglas Rushkoff, who is an American writer. And the quote is, "Your email inbox is a bit like a Las Vegas roulette machine. You just check it, and every once in a while there's some juicy little tidbit of reward, like the 3 quarters that pop down on a one-armed bandit, and that keeps you coming back for more." They've done studies that email has the same effect on the brain sort of as cocaine, and it's just crazy. And it's that kind of, we're in search of something, some juicy something or other that's going to come up. And so that's why we tend to compulsively check it. So I'm going to talk about why email isn't always great, first of all. And the first reason is that email is non-confrontational. Simply put, it can empower passive-aggressive people to mishandle conflict. We've all seen it, right? Second, email is impersonal. It doesn't communicate the nuances of your personality well, and it allows messages to be easily interpreted. They can come off as more negative than they need to be. And face-to-face communication is always a lot better. Number three, email is urgent. There's always this temptation to constantly check your inbox like we talked about, and that can cause us to neglect the more important tasks of the day. So that's why email isn't always great. Now I'm going to talk about 3 different rules for email that will help you maximize your time and productivity. So number 1 is get your inbox to 0 every day. We've all heard about, that's kind of been a buzzword, inbox 0. But there are basically 5 different tasks that they have identified in order to help you get to inbox 0. For me personally, I don't get to inbox 0 every day, but I use Outlook, and you can do a flag, and then you click the flag again and it checks it off. So I flag it when I know I need to do something with the email, and then I check it off when it's been completed. So that's kind of my inbox 0. You can use different things. But anyway, the first is do. If it's actionable, just do it right away. My rule of thumb is if it takes less than 2 minutes, just do it. Number 2, delegate. If it needs to be done by somebody else, or it's just not something you need to have on your plate, forward it along and follow up if needed, but for the most part, it's off your plate. Number 3 is defer. Decide to do it later. With the flags in Outlook, you can set it for a specific day in the future when it's going to remind you again to do it. The 4th thing is delete. Decide, is it really something? Do I need to do anything about it? Does it need my immediate attention or later? And if not, just get rid of it. We have too much digital clutter these days. And number 4 is file. If it's something that you're really going to need to reference someday, then put it in your archives. The second rule for email is practice good email etiquette. I think so many people in my office just don't know how to properly use email. And there's a bunch of things that I'm going to go through really, really quickly to help just be a great email sender. Number 1, make it actionable. You're sending something for a reason. What needs to get done? Number 2, proofread before sending. There's nothing that drops your credibility, like poor grammar, poor punctuation, that sort of thing. Number 3, keep it concise and scannable. As people are looking through emails, they get so many per day. They're not gonna sit down and read them like a novel. You're gonna scan it, keep it a couple of paragraphs, and get right to the point. Number 4, be polite but not overly formal. Don't waste people's time with formalities when it's totally unnecessary. Now, I love this one more than anything. If I get an email of something that's really complex and I'm going to need to write like a big, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs, I'm just going to pick up the phone and talk to them. It's going to save time. You're going to be able to explain yourself better, that sort of thing. I always try to respond within 24 hours. There's nothing more annoying than sending an email to somebody and just, waiting. So even if it's something that I can't get to at that point, I just, quick respond and be like, hey, got your email. I'll take care of it when I can. It's better than nothing. And then communicate clearly about one topic. Don't make emails about 4 or 5 different things. It's just too hard to handle and categorize for people. And finally, only carbon copy the necessary parties. Nobody likes being CC'd on something that is totally irrelevant to them. All right, final step, probably the most important one. Set times to not check email. Or the converse is set times to specifically check email. I like to batch email and get to the office, wait a couple hours, focus on the really hard stuff throughout the day, and then check email. And then move on to some really important tasks, ignore the email, and then at the end of the day, check it again. And just kind of fly through it and use the inbox zero methods of do, delegate, defer, delete, and file to take care of it. So with that, that is kind of my recommendations. I adapted some of this from writer Jeff Goins online. He had some great ideas, and I kind of took some of mine and kind of synthesized it. So I hope that that helped. Showed you why email isn't always great, and the 3 rules that you can do. Get your inbox to 0, practice good email etiquette, and set times to not check email. That can dramatically improve your productivity and your life. Thanks so much.